Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome, welcome. So I've put up on the screen our materials for the day. So we're going to need our week 2 packet. It's got an owl sitting on a tree, an owl pellet that's wrapped in foil like this. You should have some blue tweezers. You should have a little cardboard tray that you'll be using. So today for class, we're going to be introducing what the heck is an owl pellet, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that. Then we're going to be spending most of our time actually dissecting our owl pellets to see what's inside of them. And then we'll finish up learning about some cool owl adaptations or characteristics or things about the owls. I'm showing you some pictures. What animals do we see in here? So type in the chat, what are some animals you see in these pictures? Tell me, how does an owl and a snake eat their food? If you'd like to respond, type a letter in the chat. How do they eat their food? Noelle, go ahead.
Well, a snake, I know, eats its food whole, so like it doesn't chew it. It just swallows it.
Absolutely correct, Noelle. Great job. Yeah, and the owl also does the same thing. So the snake and the owl both eat their food whole, and they're likely to eat something like a mouse or a rabbit, so they'll just swallow the whole thing. So here's some more cool pictures of, there's an owl, it's got a mouse in its mouth. There is a snake eating a mouse whole. What do you think they do with the bones and the fur? What do you think an owl or a snake does with the bones or the fur? Who would like to respond to that? Type a letter in the chat if you would. All right, go ahead, Caleb.
They like regurgitate it into a pellet.
Yeah, they regurgitate it into a pellet. That's exactly right. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you a series of photographs to show you what that looks like. So this is a picture of a hawk. Can everybody see the picture of the hawk? So this hawk just had a really nice meal, and it's got to regurgitate the bones and the fur and everything else that it could not digest. So watch closely. Awesome. You guys see what happened? So this is not the same thing as throwing up or vomiting. Okay, so we only throw up or vomit when we are sick. This regurgitation of what's called a pellet is a very normal process of how these animals eat. All right. So this is a hawk, but owls also do this very same thing. And today we are going to get to dissect our very own owl pellets. So these are real. These are real owl pellets. So every single person's owl pellet is going to be different. So yours is going to look different from mine. Yours is going to look different from everybody else's because they are real. But remember that I said they're super clean, so you don't have to worry about getting gross stuff on your hands because all the things that could be potentially harmful on here have been killed. Okay. The first thing we want to do, and you can go ahead and start doing this if you've got your owl pellet, is you can just start unwrapping it from the foil. Jeff. Okay, so I have unwrapped my owl pellet. The first thing I want to do is I want to measure the size of my owl pellet. So on your worksheet over here, there's a little ruler. So you're going to place your owl pellet on the ruler and measure it. So mine is about 4 centimeters long. So measure the length size of your pellet. So length is 4. So I would write the number 4 here. And then our next step is to just start pulling it apart. So as we pull it apart, we're going to start finding some of the bones that are on this chart here. And your goal is to try and figure out what animal your owl ate. So you can go ahead and start pulling yours apart on your own, and you can watch on my screen as I pull mine apart. So you're going to want to be a little bit gentle because there are really tiny bones in here, but you might have to pull it apart pretty firmly in order to get it open. And if you have questions while you're working on this, please feel free to type a letter in the chat so that we can call on you. So I found something here.
Is it rare to find a full rodent skull?
Is it what to find a full rodent skull? What would you say?
Rare.
Rare? It's not rare, but it is pretty awesome. Oftentimes they're broken up. So if you find it all together, that's pretty awesome. That's really cool. Does anybody have any questions? You guys did a great job today.